Of course, yeah. I mean, it's a massive 3 points for us in the end. I thought we were very fortunate to come in at the break 0-0. We didn't get started at all right from the first minute. St Mirren put us under pressure, and I thought they were better in most areas on the park in terms of energy levels, picking up second balls, putting crosses into the box. The one thing we can be thankful of is how well the guys at the back defended the box in those difficult moments, and Jack Walton as well, when called upon, having to make saves and come for crosses. We had some harsh words at half time. We weren't happy with what we seen, and the players are honest enough to admit that, and I thought we saw a better version of ourselves in the second 45. If you were to look at the stats from the first half to the second half, we had far more shots on target, lots more crosses into the box, and got into more dangerous areas in that second half. 2 or 3 goal-mouth scrambles, a really tight offside goal. I thought it was a really entertaining game of football, I would imagine, from a neutral's perspective. There was end-to-end stuff. I'm sure Stephen Robinson will be extremely disappointed not to have taken something, given the one-on-one chance at 0-0, and then obviously the penalty opportunity to make it a level game. But credit to Jack Walton in those 2 instances. The one-on-one is a brilliant save, and the penalty the same. Chooses to go the right way, and Kevin Holt, I have to say, does really well to react as well and follow the ball in. So a magnificent 3 points. Our away form has been exceptional all season. I think we're the second in the league table in terms of points return on the road behind Celtic, and that's credit to the group for the test of character. It's not easy going away from home, hostile environments, but the boys managed to find a way to win the game today, and that's the most pleasing aspect.
And the goalkeepers were in pretty tremendous form, but it's going to take something special to win it, and the goal certainly was.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the corner was something that we'd worked on yesterday in training, and it was almost perfect. I just think there was a slight touch on it in the middle of the penalty area, which then deemed Vichko Sevelos to be offside, but it was something that we tried to target in the build-up to the game, and it almost worked perfectly. But yeah, I mean, the St Mirren goalkeeper has made 2 or 3 big saves, but as has Jack Walton. So over the whole piece, a draw was probably a fair result, but I'm delighted to be sitting here having kept a clean sheet and picked up all 3 points.
Jim, when you send on Louis, I take it that's the kind of moment you're looking for from him?
Yeah, I mean, numerous occasions this year where substitutions have came on and made real positive impacts for us. And we tried to be brave with the substitutions. We finished the game with 3 strikers on the pitch, with Van der Sand alongside Moult and Dalby. We wanted to have a goal. We weren't satisfied with the draw, and it paid off. Sometimes as a manager, the decisions I made in the Hearts game when we're drawing 0-0, those substitutions that I made and the shape of the team that I changed to didn't work. Today, thankfully, the substitutions paid off, and that's the game that we're in. So it's a huge victory for us. It's the start of the last block of 11 games prior to the split, and we've put ourselves in a really good position now.
How close was Louis to not making it today? Because I know there was a few guys touch and go. Was he one of them?
He was, yeah. I mean, we kind of wrapped him up in cotton wool yesterday. He joined in with the group, but he was very much non-contact. The players were told not to go near him. He had an injection in his shoulder about 2 hours before kick-off to try and numb the pain, and he made himself available. And that's the type of character that he is. They're the types of people that we want at the club, and he comes on in those big moments, and he's a real natural goal scorer, and I don't think he'll have scored many better than that over the last few years.
I was going to say, I don't think there's many strikers in Scotland that are capable of that goal technically. It was just a real moment of inspiration.
Yeah, absolutely. The good strikers, their brain tends to work a little bit quicker than the rest of ours, and he just recognised that situation, managed to pop the ball up into the air, and a brilliant technique. I would imagine the shoulder he landed on will be pretty sore once that injection wears off, but it's all worth it, in front of our own supporters as well. A great travelling support. He gets booked for his celebrations, but the emotions got the better of him for jumping into the crowd. But a great moment, a great feeling for the group, and not only does it open up that gap between ourselves and St Mirren now to 10 points, it also pushes us that little bit closer to Rangers as well. We've got a big game tomorrow.
Thanks, John.
No, there was a lot of positives, a lot of good stuff. It's just been the same for the last lot of games. We've played well in large parts of the game, and we've lost goals like that, scrambles in the 6-yard box. I think credit has to be given to Dundee United. They've won games like that. They don't concede that goal, and that's why they're sitting where they're sitting. So we certainly have to credit Jim and his team for that. We wrote on the board, it's a battle of both boxes. Whoever comes out on top of that will win the game, and we can come out on top of it again.
In terms of the penalty angles, there's going a lot of focus on that. Is that something the team and the boys need to sort out, Stephen? Because there's a few been missed this season.
Listen, our penalty taker went off-road and was taking penalties. So people step up and be brave to take them, so you have to give credit to that. But ultimately we'll probably cost ourselves maybe 9, maybe more, 12 points from missed penalties and situations. It's part of the game. It's people miss chances, so there's not a whole lot you can do about that.
How is Toyosi feeling? Because obviously had that great chance earlier in the game.
I don't know.
Sad, I mean, must feel him, you know, he's come in, took a, people pointed some fingers at a couple of goals last week, but you know, it's 3-4 great saves there, try and get his a result today.
Yeah, he was outstanding, which you need your goalkeeper to be, and we're very confident in that. Very confident in the sign. I had to throw him in last week because Brentford called Ellery back, so we didn't have a whole lot of choice for that. And I'm very confident that Zach will be a very good signing, and yet he done his part. But ultimately, we don't defend a second bobbling about the box, and you get punished for it. The least you come out with today is a draw.
You had one headed off the line though, just almost straight after kick-off, and you probably felt at half-time if you had taken advantage of those that the game might have gone differently for you, because you did create chance.
Listen, we in between the 2 18-yard boxes, we were excellent at times, and we played some really good stuff, created chances. You can't really do a whole lot more than that. Look, this has been an issue at clubs like St Mirren for the last 100 years. You don't buy 20-goal strikers. You can't get and hurt 20-goal strikers. It just doesn't happen. So we have to keep working with people. We have to keep trying to improve them. And this made enough chances to win the game, as you rightly said. Unfortunately, we didn't take them. Ultimately, you get punished for that. But the least you do is come out with a point.
Is that something that all players have to take responsibility for, as goal scoring, not just your forward players?
Yeah, of course. If we don't score today, but we don't concede that goal, you come out with a point. It stops the run. And as I say, Dundee United win games like that. They don't concede goals like that, which is personnel stepping up and taking responsibility. And I credit that. It's we haven't done that in the last 4 games, and we've lost games when arguably we've been the better side. But we're disappointed, of course. It's a case of just resetting a game and going, look, we've done this before, been in this situation before where we've lost 4 games, and we have to react to it, and then find margins that we're getting punished for. We have to try and cut them out.
Well, managers just discussing penalty issues that the teams have in there. Are you next looking forward to it?
I put myself forward. When I was at St Johnstone, I took penalties, so I'm happy to step forward on that aspect if I'm called upon. I back myself, I'm confident, but at the end of the day, it's a team decision. But we'll just reassess and see who takes the next one.
It's just so difficult, isn't it? I mean, you think you lose late and to rally again and go again and get yourselves a penalty, and then see it miss. It's hard. It's extra heartache.
It is, but Toy's done really well to win the penalty. So it is maybe right. He felt confident that he was going to score it, but everyone misses penalties. It's a part of the game, and we just move on.
How is he on the other side?
I've not seen him out. He was out doing his running, so can't comment on how he is.
But I mean, it's you, you guys, his teammates, to get round him. And
Yeah,
make
we'll
sure.
rally around him. He's a strong boy. But it's up to us to keep his confidence high, and that's what we'll do.
At that point in time, was there a designated penalty taker, or is it just whoever picks the ball up? What
No,
was
it
the
was
situation?
whoever feels confident. Obviously, people that have missed, Mark's missed, Gilt's missed, confident penalty takers. Like I said, Toy felt confident. He wanted to take it, so he did. He missed, and that's it. There's nothing else to say about it.
Is it something you practice in training?
People practice penalties, yeah. It's just obviously you can hit so many penalties at a training pitch, but when you come to a game, there's the added pressure. It's basically you have to score, and sometimes it goes either way. The keeper's pulled off a good save, and they've reacted quicker to put the ball out of play.
Have you made it clear to the manager or the rest of the boys the next one I'm taking?
No, I'm not yet. But if I I get asked, then yeah, I'll definitely be first to put me forward.
That's the result that takes you out the top six, but I suppose you guys have been confident. You've had dips and blips before, and you've always managed to respond well and get going again.
We've got plenty of experience in that changing room. People who know the league, people who've been in relegation battles, top six. So we've got everything that we need to be pushing up. Ideally, we need a win. We need to be more clinical to get that win. But as soon as we get that, we'll start pushing up the table again. You see how it is. It's so tight. One win for one team, one loss for another. You can see yourself up and down the table. So that's how tight it is this year, and I think it's the tightest it's been since I've been up in Scotland. So it's going to be an interesting end to the season.
Every team seems to be taking turns and going and winning runs, but also losing runs.
Yeah, in this league, if you win 2-3 games in a row, you shoot up the table. But if you lose 2, 3, 4 games, you can see yourself falling down. So that's how close it is. It's it's football. It's results based professional. So we'll just see if we can win the next game, and we'll be doing our best. Because the performance today we thought it was good. We had plenty of shots, plenty of chances. Needs to be more clinical, like I said. We'll get that win.
You must be pleased for Zach. There was a couple of finals pointing to him after the game last week. He said far, he's kind of thrown it at the deep end, but he showed his class there today with 3-4 great saves.
Well, we know what Zach's about. He was here last season, outstanding. He was outstanding again today. We know what he's capable of. We trust our keeper. He's done his job tonight to bail us out, but that's his job at the end of the day, and he showed up.
The manager said after the Dundee game it's a bit frustrating that you're not able to pick up points from really tight games. This is kind of another one of those. How frustrating has it been to be losing these tight games, which obviously are improvement?
It's frustrating because we've had plenty of chances in the box. We've defended our box well. Then the end comes down to what we spoke about all week about second balls. They've picked up the second ball, and they're not going to score from the first one. They're still going to score from the second one. That's what's happened. It's not even a mistake. It's just you've got to applaud Moult for the finish. It's a brilliant finish at the end of the day. All we can do is maybe try and react a bit quicker, but like I said, we've got to stop the finish.
Thanks, Scott. Thank you. Thanks.
You can't score too many better than that.
I don't know, I reckon I have. I've just been saying now actually to the BBC, it's so bizarre that it was 10 years yesterday or the day before that I scored an overhead kick for Wrexham against Stockport down the road, and it actually popped up on my social media. Wow. And it's funny how things like that happen. Maybe it was in my mind subconsciously, and when the ball drops, I instantly think, set yourself up for a bicycle kick. Can't believe I can still get my leg that high. And whilst I'm on the ground, I'm thinking, is it in? Is it not? It was just a relief more so when it goes in.
I mean, when you come on in those kind of circumstances, you're always thinking that you can be the guy who can make the difference. That's what you've got to go and do your job that way.
Yeah, exactly. I actually turned around to the bench just before I came on and said, this stinks of a Louis Moult 1-0 win. So you might think that's cocky, but I think that's a bit of belief, and I've always been that guy that believes in my own ability to score goals.
You've always been the sort of main man, especially when you've been up here, the main striker, and you're getting a wee bit of competition this season with Sam, but is that something that drives you on, seeing somebody else getting a wee bit of plaudits and getting all the goals? Is that something that...
I'll be honest, I'm trying to help Sam so much, because I've said it before, I remember being where he is, 25, trying to make his mark in the game up here, and he's done unbelievable. So I'll try and improve and help his game as much as I possibly can, and the big man's done absolutely unbelievable. And long may it continue.
But does that bring you, even seeing him there and being the starter most weeks, does that bring your competitive juices out as well?
I think it'd be wrong if it didn't. I think if I turn around and say, oh, there you go, Sam, on you go, I think it's time for me to hang my boots up. I think you need competition all over the pitch, and I think that's been important this season.
And yet the manager tells us about your build-up with the shoulder. Was it difficult?
In terms of the training, or?
Yeah,
I've not done much training, I'll be honest with you.
You taken an injection as well, hadn't you?
I had an injection before the game. Funny enough, I wasn't really going to be involved today, but I knocked on the gaffer's door yesterday and just said, listen, I'll take the injection, and if we can try and get through it, then I want to try and be involved. I'm going insane watching and not being involved, so thankfully the gaffer wanted to be involved, and the injection was unbelievable.
Did the medical staff tell you to not do anything daft like overhead kicks or anything like that?
I don't think the overhead kick was a question. I think it was more a celebration. I don't know what I was doing. I was just thinking, right, shoulder feels brilliant. I can't feel it. I'll just swing my top off. But no, it's a good laugh, isn't it? And the shoulder actually felt really good during the game. But even yesterday and this morning, it's been 4 weeks, and it's a 4 to 6 weeks injury. But thankfully, it feels a lot better.
And especially with that 9-day gap now until the
Yeah.
derby, I suppose that would be ready to go for that one, hopefully.
Exactly, that was always thinking. I remember when I did it back at Motherwell, I looked at the fixture straight away, and I had half eye on this fixture and then the Dundee game. Lucky enough, I've managed to make an impact today.
It's a brilliant song the fans have got for it. You
Yeah.
just love hearing that all the time.
Yeah, it's an unbelievable feeling when you hear the fans sing that song, and it's a song that's followed me all my career really. I think Nuneaton, back down the road, and then Wrexham, and then it came up to Motherwell, and then the Dundee United faithfuls are bringing it out, and I love it. I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna milk it.
Do you sing it yourself?
I find myself in the shower sometimes, humming it along. But the scenes at the end there is what we're all about, isn't it? I think this club's been, 2 years ago was it? On the decline, and it's kind of hopefully making that upward spiral now, and we need to continue that, and we're not getting carried away. You hear all of us saying it, the manager saying it, and take each game as it comes. But when you see the players, the fans, everyone, the board as one, it's hard not to be successful, and we need to continue to do that.
Can you catch Rangers?
We're not even thinking about stuff like that. Like I said, we take it game by game, and first of all, you try your best to stay in the league. Once that's done, then you start looking above.
In terms of, you look at the trajectory of the team, if you can keep this on, you're saying you're not getting ahead of yourself, but certainly in terms of Europe, that has to be something that's very realistic for you. It has to be an aim, a stated aim for the team for the remainder of the season.
Well, listen, stuff like that will take care of itself. It's a boring answer, and you know what I'm going to say, don't you? But it's one of them where I've been there before. You start thinking you're really good football players, and you've cracked it. Let's not get too carried away. Let's just keep taking game by game, and if we treat every game like that today, we won't be far off.